deep core unit, when it comes to actual rehab for pelvis, pelvic floor, lumbar spine issues, is massively important. And here are our main players. You've got the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest, most abdominal muscle. If you take off your six-pack, and you take off your external obliques, you remove them. And you take off your internal obliques, you remove them. So a whole bunch of layers, you'll see this underneath. And it literally looks like a sheath like this that goes from the back to the front. And it's actually made mainly out of fascia, out of aponeurosis. It's got very little muscle tissue, just a little bit at the side over here, but mainly it's a stability type apparatus here. That interdigitates, fancy word for holding hands with, it's connected to your multifidus, which are the deepest, most tiniest spine muscles that go from one segment to the other, maybe from 1 to 2 or 3, that's the maximum. So it's almost like picture transverse abdominis is the corset and multifidus is the strings of the corset. Then we've got the ceiling, right? And that is our breathing diaphragm on top of which your lungs sit. And the floor is your pelvic floor. So again, when you're thinking of pelvic floor dysfunctions, low back dysfunction, breathing issues, this whole unit needs to be working well in order to restore balance and in order to work properly. So here's the main takeaway. If you're at the gym doing sit-ups, crunches, and all that, you're not working that at all. None of it. Okay? Because none of these muscles can perform any of those movements. So when you're doing that, you're not strengthening your deep core unit. In fact, if you ever tried to stand on a balance board and then you managed to also do all sorts of different movements and not fall, that's when that unit is working. So deep core unit activation, great way to work it is through a balance exercise, a balance board, right? A Bosu ball, those kind of things. Another exercise that is excellent, if cued properly, but I'm not going to get into that. This is not a how-to. This is a educational video, is bridging. Bridging in the correct way can activate that front and back and create stability, okay? So if you are doing all sorts of exercises for your core, and they're telling you have to strengthen your core because of your back, and your back even hurts during those core exercises, it's not because you're weak and you need to strengthen it more. It's because you're working the wrong things that can actually lead to more problems without actually addressing